What is up, true believers? I am Damien, and welcome back to another Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3 video. I just got back from the Best Buy Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3 gameplay experience, and I have some good news and some bad news. None of the bad news is about the game, so let me just put you at ease there. The good news is that I did get to spend about 10 minutes with the game, and our Nintendo employee was nice enough to let me spend 10 minutes with the game, and then let us get back in line and let Tracy spend 10 minutes with the game. So we got 20 minutes total, got to experience quite a few characters. The only bad news is that Nintendo specifically said that we were not allowed to record any gameplay footage. So unfortunately, I don't have any footage for you. So the footage that you're seeing right now is pulled from Nintendo's Treehouse Live event that they did during E3. I'll have that going in the background, but keep in mind that as I'm talking about the gameplay that we experienced, the storyline that they had for the Treehouse was actually different than what I experienced. And I do want to talk through some of that because it answers a couple more questions that we had before the game launches here in July. So a couple of things that I noticed. Now, the storyline that we went through was the characters are going up against the Hand, and our quest giver was actually Jessica Jones in what looked like her Netflix costume. So she is in the game. Her character model is in the game. She is voice acted, and her voice actress is actually phenomenal. But again, no confirmation on whether she's playable or not. And as we saw from the E3 trailer, there are a lot of characters that show up in the game that are modeled, that are totally rendered, that may or may not be playable. Beast was one of those characters. He shows up in some cutscenes. Cyclops showed up in some cutscenes. Still no word on whether we can actually play or unlock them, or if they're going to come to us via some DLC. But just for those who are curious, Jessica Jones is in the game, so we do have the potential of a full Defenders team if, in fact, she is unlockable and playable. So our storyline was pretty cool. I got to check out Miles Morales and Deadpool. The other folks that I was playing with played, I think, Thor and Storm. So we had a really, really rounded team there. Our AI companion, I think, was Wolverine. So we really got to see a lot of the different abilities, a lot of the different synergies, which were really cool. One thing I liked about the UI was synergy lines appear between characters to show that there's a team-up attack available. Synergies are kind of easy to activate, but the timer for jumping in on one of those attacks seems really short. Hitting those synergies, though, it does feel very responsive, and the synergies themselves actually feel very satisfying. And when you pull one off, it does definitely change the tide of the battle, so that was pretty cool. Now, the two characters that I got to play, Miles and Deadpool, felt very different. Miles Morales, his movement ability is a web swing. He can jump in the air and kind of slam himself down to the ground with his webs, where Deadpool, his movement ability is a body slide. He has a built-in regeneration. You know, he's got guns and things like that, so he's a very ranged attacker, where Miles is very hands-on. So the two characters that I got to play did feel very different, which is promising for me. I like it when each character has a very different feel and a different vibe, so that was kind of cool. Tracy's character was Captain Marvel, who she said was absolutely phenomenal. She can fly, she shoots photon beams, she has these energy orbs that surround her and like smash into enemies and stuff. So all of the characters that we got to play, big thumbs up on those. The other thing I noticed was that we were playing in docked mode, so the frame rates were rock solid. I mean, this game plays super smooth. The only time I noticed any kind of issues was when you were loading into the hero select screen. There was a little bit of a weirdness there in terms of the loading times, and there was a little bit of jitter. But that's a minor nitpick. I mean, compared to some other games I've played in docked mode, the load times on this game were super, super short. I don't think I even noticed any load times when we were playing the actual map. So really, really, really good there in terms of the co-op play, because with co-op, you want it to be very, you want that flow to keep going. You want it to be very active and things like that. So I did notice that. Didn't get a chance to try handheld mode, so that was the only thing. I do want to see what the resolution looks like and the frame rates, more importantly, look like in handheld mode. The other thing I noticed was the camera can get a tad wonky from time to time if you're playing with a full group of 4 people. It zooms out really far, and it's kind of hard to see your character sometimes, but it's manageable. You just have to kind of look for your color, the color of your character's ring, and you can always find your character. So yeah, it's manageable. That is kind of a wonky thing, though. I hope they kind of fix that maybe later or with a patch or something like that. One thing I did not get to check out was, because we were so time limited and because it was a guided experience, Didn't get to check out the lab, and we didn't get to check out Infinity Trials, which were two things that I kind of wanted to see. But gameplay, as I do more gameplay for this channel, those are things that I'm going to be checking out anyway. The main thing I wanted to get hands-on with this game about was to just make sure that my hype was not misplaced. And I can tell you, if you have been at all hyped for this game leading up to its launch, Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3 is going to be one of the definitive Marvel games going forward. They're saying that the Square Enix Avengers project game is going to be almost like playing a movie. This felt like I was playing a comic book. It was fluid. It was super responsive, super fast. Dropping in and out with the co-op was very fluid and very easy to do. So yeah, highly, highly recommend checking this game out. Really, really good playable demo. At the tail end of this video, I'm going to throw on our reactions to the game as we're playing it. I talk a little bit about the roster. I couldn't go too much into detail again because they wouldn't let us actually show the screen. So I'm just going to tack that on there so you guys can see kind of our reactions to the gameplay. It's a fun game. 2 thumbs up on this one, absolutely. So thanks for stopping by. I'm going to let you guys watch that on the way out. And make sure, if you're new here, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, stick around, and help the channel grow, because I am really, really excited to share more of this Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3 gameplay with you guys. Until next time, take care. What is up, geeks of YouTube? I am Damien. Tracy's behind the camera because we are here at our local Best Buy to check out the Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3 experience. So we talked to the team here. We're able to get you guys some gameplay footage. I don't know if it's going to be anything more or less than what they've already shown at E3, but it'll allow me to kind of get hands-on with the game, which I'm super excited to do. And we can show you guys some of the characters. I don't know if anything that hasn't already been revealed yet will be on the gameplay demo, because we haven't had a chance to check it out yet. But let's take a look at the game. All right, geeks of YouTube, we are here checking out Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3. Now, unfortunately, Nintendo has said that we can't do any gameplay footage because they really want that at E3 this year. So we can't shoot the screen at all, but I can kind of talk you through what I'm experiencing. Now, the first thing I notice is we're playing in docked mode. It is so smooth. My team right now is Captain Marvel, Wolverine, Star-Lord, and Thor. Playing as Thor at the moment. Dude, the animations are so buttery smooth. So I'm interested to see what it's like in undocked mode and portable mode, but in docked mode, this looks really good. So I'm going to change up my team here real quick. Let's go to, what is it, A? Okay. So at any time you can stop on a shield and then go to change your team. So let's see here. Go to A, hero select. Okay, and the other thing too is we might have to cut the footage short if some other folks come up, because we are at a Best Buy, so we're in public. So I'm going to try and talk you through as much as I can, but so far I am digging it. So the unlocked characters they have in the playable demo are Storm, Black Panther, Captain America, Iron Man, Rocket and Groot, Wolverine, Captain Marvel, Thor, Star-Lord, both of the Spider-Men, so Spider-Man Miles and Spider-Man Peter Parker, Venom, and Deadpool. So my team, I'm going to go with... Ooh, is somebody else jumping in?
Yeah,
you
we're
can jump in here?
Hold your jump button. I think Thor can. You'll be able to fly.
I like fly. Which one are you, David?